Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Feeder Live. I'm Paige Oken, and I'm here with Allison Shea.
Hi, everybody.
We're laughing because my husband just popped down and was like, we can see you, but we can't hear you.
Yes.
Like, we knew we were on
That's
mute.
probably my husband's dream, actually, to not hear me. Just to like keep it on mute. Yeah.
Nice.
I love you, dude.
So welcome. We're so excited to have you all here with us this evening on our holiday style special. Yay!
Yes.
We, I don't know about you, but I love the holidays.
I do too.
I tend to go a little crazy. Like I tend to over decorate and I tend to over glitter.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think you can over, isn't more is more with holiday decorating, I think.
I agree. But okay, so here's the thing. I don't like loose glitter. I like sparkle, but I want it to be tied down and attached to something.
Okay.
The loose glitter that rubs off, not a fan.
I don't like that either. That's a mess. I don't like a mess. I tend to overbuy and overshop. That's my overdoing.
I might overeat and over.
I also do that too.
Wine.
And speaking of, so when I come over here, I don't know if you can see them as well, but the feeder, Paige and Allison. So when I come over here to Paige's house, she's lovely enough, and we'll talk about wine later because she always has Chardonnay ready for me, which I love, and then she has her Sauvignon Blanc. And last week I just felt like it did not do us justice to have them in her lovely, perfectly lovely wine glasses. So I felt like we needed to kick it up a notch. So there is this great company in Singapore. It's called I Love Mason Jar at ilovemasonjar.com. And they can do personalized anything. They do wine glasses, they do beer mugs. I mean, obviously I'm focusing just on drinking stuff, but they have so many cute ideas. I ordered them on a Tuesday. I think they were at my house by Friday. So they turn stuff around really fast. And if you go to their website now until the end of November and mention the feeder, you'll get a 10% discount. And they have lots of really cute little Christmas gifts that I was checking out. They have like those rose quartz rollers for your face. They can do those personalized for your girlfriends. It's such a cute gift. Cute stocking stuffers. I mean, personalized. Oh my God, I love anything. I like to put my name on everything. So I was like, I would buy everything on this website. So anyway, check it out. They're awesome. I love masonjar.com. Thank you for the discount. I'm delighted. And thank you. And cheers. Thank you for the Chardonnay. I appreciate it.
And thank you for the glass.
Yes.
All right.
And on that note.
So we have a great lineup of guests tonight. Oh, I should drink because we cheered. Okay, hold on. I hope everybody else has a little cocktail to join us. We have a great lineup of guests tonight. I'm so excited. We have Visha, who's going to talk about holiday style and decorating. We've got Wendy, who is going to give us some great tips on how to cook like a chef without too much effort.
Yeah.
And Emma's going to talk about some wine pairings, and Allison at some point will chime in with a book review, and Sabrina is going to wrap us up with some holiday style tips so we can look fabulous while we're doing the decorating, cooking, and drinking wine.
Yes.
So, Visha, welcome, Visha.
Hi, Visha.
Hello.
Hi, Visha.
So Visha is the owner and designer at the Cinnamon Room, which is a local home decor shop I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with here.
It's the best place. It is so fantastic.
It's here in Singapore. And I have to say, I'm kind of a little obsessed with her candles and candle holders. I tend to overdo with candles. So Visha, talk to us about decorating for the holidays. Are we looking at matchy-matchy? Can you mix things up? Give us some tips.
So I think this year is a little bit different because we're all going to be here throughout the holidays. And that means that you're going to be entertaining a lot more throughout the whole period rather than getting in a plane and going somewhere. So I would say this year, jazz it up a bit. Don't be fixated with having it all matchy-matchy, which probably works if you're having a couple of Christmas parties and, you know, a couple of friends coming over. Chances are you're going to be having lots of small groups this year coming over. And I would say keep it varied so it's exciting for your guests, but also exciting for you when you're entertaining, that you feel alive by just putting in a bit of festive cheer into your design scheme. So what I've done was to suggest different various looks. So I've got 2 kids and they're really big on red. And although I'm wearing a red dress in honor of today's, lots of us are, I'm actually more of someone with more muted tones. But at Christmas, just adding that little touch of red probably makes it a little bit more festive, but you don't have to. I would say keep it relatively neutral and then throw on your splash of color. And one of the things that I think when people say, is it matchy, is your tree. We all go out and buy, I mean, I usually get a fresh tree every year, a huge expense in Singapore, but I kind of think for the scent that it gives out, fantastic. So then that brings you to your wreath. Does your wreath need to match your tree? You could do, but I would say not necessarily. If you find something that is cohesive in terms of the style of the decor, then you could easily jazz it up and have it look a little bit different. So for the wreath, I never buy a fresh wreath. I think, you know, I'd like to keep them year on year, jazz it up, make it look different. If it can go from your door to, if I'm going to show you what we've done, I've turned a wreath into a table setting and placed one of our netted pillar candles in the center. So I'm going to move this away. I'm going to show you lots of different versions of things that you can do. So this is a beautiful wreath that we have got from the ladies from the Silk Flowers, which I'm collaborating with at the moment. So I'm going to be designing wreaths with them. And this, you can see, if we take the pillar candle out, is something that is fairly muted. It's got, instead of the obvious pink, obvious red berries, we've got subtle pink hues. Now I've used this will be the new wreath that we would have this year. And having it on the table, we just put a pillar candle. Now, quite often when you're placing a candle in the middle of the middle of the wreath is quite wide. So to avoid having to put a whole load of candles that then melt all over your wreath, I suggest using something like a lantern or a tea light holder. And that's just going to keep it nice and neat and fresh all year round. Now, this is an adaptation of a wreath, of a new wreath, which I'm really excited about because we've just going to be designing them with the ladies from Silk Flowers. But I'm going to show you another example where if you don't want to do a wreath, this is one of a table centerpiece. It's all one piece. And we decorate this year on year for different festivals. I don't know whether you can grab a good look at that. But you can see
those bowls, Misha? What are those?
It's actually a tea light centerpiece. So you just put your little candles, tea lights in it. And depending on what the festival is, it's really versatile. So we just did Diwali. And I decorated exactly this with marigolds and jasmines. Now it's Christmas time now, so I've used acorns, which are always part of my Christmas decorations. They're loose acorns and then just baubles, different tones. And in this one, it's got metallic tones of like a pewter, a champagne gold, and a dark chocolate. But if you want to go for something smaller, we've also got this, and I've just put baubles along here. So this is a really quick and easy way. I'm all about effortless transformations of how you can use something that not just at Christmas time, but all year round. So for this, if I were having friends round for a dinner party, I would just use some bougainvillea from the garden, some leaves, and I would just jazz that up. But as it's Christmas time, I'm using the warmer tones. I haven't lit this one because I'm tilting it, but you can see it's really versatile to jazz things up really quickly.
In the middle of the table, it's low, you can see over it. That's really nice.
Exactly. And when I'm designing my home decor, it's not just how it looks, it's also got to do with practicality. So quite often we want to have something in the middle of the table, but you also want to have a look across the table to who you're speaking to, your fellow guests. And this is a great accent to the table. You don't need to do very much. Just by having a table centerpiece, light it up with some candles, you can't ever go wrong. I mean, just looking at your background page, I can see all the candles lit, and that just creates such a warm ambience, which is really important, I think, when you are trying to create an inviting entertainment space that's warm and inviting. Now, we talked about a nude wreath. I also want to show you, this is an all wreath that I have. This one here, and this was sort of some olive leaves and eucalyptus and berries. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. So it's all green with a few berries, which looks cool. But if you were to just put some tea light centerpieces in the middle, you can see how that little tea lights, and it jazzes the whole thing up altogether. It gives it a new lease of life. So recycle, repurpose, use what you have. I purchased this wreath probably about 6 years ago. I don't want to throw it out because it's still really quite functional, but I've just jazzed it up. This doesn't necessarily need to be in your dining table. It could be on your coffee table and everywhere you're entertaining, the entrance hallway, anywhere where you're just trying to make it be a bit more festive.
I love it because I have a lot of tea lights around, as you were looking behind me, and sometimes you want to corral them into looking like a single thing, and so I'll put them on a tray, and that functions like a tray. It keeps them all together so it looks like a single decorative piece, which is really nice.
You're just concentrating the area. Then I'm going to show you something else that we've done. Now, this is the larger version of the netted pillar candle that you saw me place in the middle of the wreath. And all I've done with this, I'm going to show you it's some old Christmas decorations that I had with, I put some red ribbon on it.
Yeah.
And then I've got this sort of berry-like structure, and I'm just going to wrap it round. And when you look at it, suddenly just a white pillar candle, netted pillar candle, well, it's a lantern, just gets jazzed up and looks festive. You know, it's as simple as that.
Oh, I love that.
Very, very easy. Although one of the berries has just popped into the burning away, so that's going to be fun. Now,
Alicia, do you sell the tea? You sell the tea light lamps at Cinnamon Room?
Yes.
I mean,
so
tea light wreaths.
I do, and we're going to be, I was just with the ladies at Silk Flowers today to design a special wreath for us, for our clients.
Okay.
So yeah, whatever I am showing you, I've kind of designed at some point, whether it's recently this year or previous years, but something that I also wanted to say, which would really, really make, I think, Christmas at home a little bit more special this year. And listening to you ladies going on about your personalized glasses, personalized Christmas decorations. Yeah. Now, this is something that you can, I think it's super versatile because you can hang it on your tree. We are getting the names engraved, and this is Singapore mahogany wood. You don't need to come and obviously purchase this, but you could, when your kids break up for school, you could get them to use, let me show you, we've got the stars over here, we've got hearts, and we've got an angel. So you could just ask them to download images from cutouts from the website and ask them to decorate it. Now that, and then ask them to put names on it. It's a cool, really, really cool way, because if you look at it, I have placed it as my table place setting. Yeah. So my napkin, I've got that in. Cute. And then just a little red ribbon gives it a bit of a festive feel. Yeah. You know, you could place other decorations around the table just to create that festive flair as well.
Special to have your name on something like that.
Exactly.
That you can take home. I like my name on stuff.
Yeah, those are lovely, Alicia. Thank you. Thank you. Those are fabulous. Sorry. I was just going to tell everybody that you very kindly have given us an offer code for 10% off your lanterns and tea lights. Yes. Allie has put it in the chat, so if anybody's looking for that, it's in the chat. And you're at the Cinnamon Room in Holland Village, correct?
Correct, yes. We would love to see you. Come on by with lots of great ideas of how to become festive, cheerful this year while we're spending it in Singapore.
I love that.
Thank you, Alicia. We love it. I want you to come and style my table. Thank you. Good night.
Super cute.
I have that lantern, and you can bet that's gonna get a wreath around it.
I mean, it's just, I need somebody to show me to do different things like that, because I'll do one thing and I'll just do it for the next 10 years. You know, it's like I learn one thing and I'll never change it. So I love having the different ideas, like the creativity.
Maybe we should like do a house swap and decorate, like, you know, like a grab bag and you decorate someone else's house.
Well, can I just take some stuff in here? So I would like to bring some of it home with me.
Anything you want. So now up next, we are going to move on to eating, because that's great. My favorite pastime.
I mean, it's mine too. Let's be honest.
So welcome back, Wendy. Wendy was with us for our Halloween special. She is doing all of our holidays. And this evening, Wendy, who is a chef and makes, I'm going to say it again, the best sourdough bread on the island. She is going to show us some canapés. So teach me how to be chefy, Wendy.
Okay, right. When we have canapés, we want to keep things. Canapés can be really fiddly, but you want to keep them really simple and make them ahead of time so that when your guests arrive, you're not in the kitchen assembling them. So the two canapés I've chosen are canapés that you can make the day before, and you can assemble, you know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes before your guests arrive. So first of all, we'll start off with sausages. Sausages with a mint and honey dressing and mustard. I bought my sausages from the butcher in Holland Village. I bought pork sausages because the flavour's not too intense and it's not going to compete with the sauce. So the day before, you can prepare your sausages. When you're cooking sausages, always remember to prick a hole in them. It just helps them cook a little bit more evenly, like that. I cook my sausages in a tin that's lined with tin foil. It just makes it easier to clean later after you've baked the sausages. So put the sausages in the tin. I spray a little bit of cooking spray underneath them, but I don't add any oil. It just stops them sticking. And I cooked the sausages yesterday for about 15 minutes. And I checked them at 10 minutes. And how you check to see if a sausage is done is you get a skewer and you stick it into the hole of the skewer, leave it there for 10 seconds and take it out. And strangely enough, you test it by putting it on your wrist. And if it's boiling hot, you know the sausage is cooked and that's how it should be. Or you can test it on your lip. But it doesn't burn you. I mean, I'm a chef and I haven't got any, I've got a couple of burns there, but not from that. And that's how you test your sausages are done. So you can do them the day before and then you can just put them on a rack and drain them. So these sausages are cooked and then I left them in their original shape, not small ones. And then I cut them once they've been cooked. And the way I cut them was very simple. I just cut them on an angle just so they look rather pretty. So long angles like that, very easy, just pretty, it's fine. So now put them back in the tin and I'm going to add a tiny bit of the sauce. The sauce is very easy to make. We start off by grating a lemon. And here is my lemon. Now then, I've got a microplane, which is a really sharp, useful piece of equipment. And this is ideal for getting the skin off citrus fruits. But you only want the yellow part of the fruit. Don't get any of the white pith because that makes it bitter. So you can see I'm very, very gentle. And if you see, I'll just show you. There, you can see I haven't got any of the white from the lemon. It still remained on the lemon, and then I've got this lovely fine lemon rind here. I hope can you see that? So that's fine. Yeah. Then when you want to squeeze a citrus fruit, the best way to do it is push a skewer through it in a couple of places and stick it in the microwave and heat it up for about 20 or 30 seconds. And then it makes it really, really easy to squeeze. The juice comes out very easy. I use one of these.
Mind blown.
What's that?
Mind blown. Neither of us knew that.
Amazing.
Did you not know that one? Good chef tip. I do it the whole time for lemons, oranges, but don't overheat them, maybe 20, 30 seconds, and the juice comes out really, really easily. Then I added, so then I've squeezed I won't show you it because now you know, but that's how you do lemons. Then I added to my sauce. Here's my little bowl of sauce. I added some honey. I just used regular honey, a small amount of honey, 15 grams of honey. If you like it a bit sweeter, once you've made it, just taste it and see if you want it a bit sweeter. I added 2 types of mustard. I like a nice French grainy mustard. So I added a whole grain mustard, and I added Dijon mustard, which is, they just add a little bit of spiciness to it. I then added some mint, and I got my mint from my garden. So I'm just going to show you how I chop my mint. Take a mint off the stem, and then you just simply roll it up like a little roll, like this. Of course, it's not going to roll tonight when I want it to. And you just go like that, like as if a rocking motion. And there's your mint. That's that. Easy peasy. So I now have a sauce. It's got my honey, my mint leaves, my whole grain mustard, my lemon rind, and olive oil. So I'm going to pour that over my sausages. I would put these back in the oven, maybe for about 3 or 4 minutes to heat them back through again. And we can do that. And then I would hold back, I'll say, 1/4 of the sauce. And then when you serve it, I'll put them in the bowl now anyway. And then you can just add a bit more over the top. You can heat the sauce if you like, or you can serve it cold, entirely up to you.
So Wendy, the sausages are already, sorry, Wendy, the sausages are cooked once. You're just kind of cooking the sauce through.
The sausages were cooked yesterday. I put them back in again in the oven tonight for about 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
Heated them back through at 180, 185 again. I know they were thoroughly cooked yesterday, so I've heated them back through again. They're hot. So you don't want food poisoning. And then my presentation is very simple. I've got a tiny little bit of banana leaf in the bowl. But when you do canapés, you want center height. So I'm going to put them in the center. I'm going to have them sitting up really nicely.
So pretty for sausages.
Are we all hungry? Here we go. And then I'm going to just drizzle a little bit of sauce over the top. There you go. Really, really simple. But you could make this, as I say, make the sausage the day before. You can make the sauce the day before. And I've got a tiny little garnish, which is chilies, 2 green chilies. And all you do is you just cut your chili into four, and place them in an ice bath, and they open up like a flower. So they're really simple.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful. Just really simple.
Wendy. Thank you.
Parmesan crisps are really simple. Again, you can make them the day before. I made the baskets yesterday. Here's 2 I made yesterday. I made them last night and just put them in an airtight container. So they're very simple to make. Get yourself a baking tray. And a 6mm round cutter. And if you want to be really consistent, I tend to weigh my Parmesan when I'm putting it into the ring, just so they're all sort of fairly even. So I put in 6 grams, and I'm just going to do 2.
Yeah, I'm not weighing my Parm.
Well, it just makes it easier when you're trying to mold them. You'll see why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's 6 grams, and just press it down gently with your spoon a bit, so it's quite even. When you grate your Parmesan, make sure you use the fine grate on your grater if you've got one. It just makes it cook more evenly. So that's 1. I'm just testing the ones that I've cooked already. We'll just stick those in for a second. Right. Cook those in the oven. No, go back that hole. Cook those in the oven. I have let mine. I cooked mine a little bit earlier, and I've just reheated them through. And you can actually mold them into little muffin cases like this really quickly and easily.
You do it on the inside of the muffin tin, not the back of it.
Inside, yeah. I've done it on the inside like that.
Nice. Okay.
So those are the ones I've made. Here they are.
And how long do you leave them in the muffin tin to harden?
Oh, they harden very, very quickly, Paige. Maybe, well, this one's fairly solid now.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's fast. Okay. They're so pretty.
Okay, yeah, so pretty.
They're very pretty. They're really pretty. Excellent for canapé parties. Then I mix my avocado with my avocado with some lime juice, and I used a long chili. Now I use this long chili. When you cut the chili, cut it at the top, and if you want to get the seeds out, here's how you do it. So you cut your chili like that, and you go like this. You just cut a knife in, take your chili out like that.
Oh.
And then you chop it, and all your chili seeds have gone, and you can do it really quickly. So then you've got your chili seeds. So you've got rid of your chili seeds. So then I mix them all together. So I mash my avocado with my mint and some chilies and some lime juice, and then I put it into a piping bag to make it easy. So here it is in my piping bag, and I'm just going to pipe it on the top like that. Again, test it. I like mine quite acidic. So my avocado is very acidic, and I put it in the piping bag.
So pretty.
Like that.
Do you serve those right away, Wendy? You have to serve them right away?
Yes, serve them within about 5 or 10 minutes. They will last, actually, but 5 or 10 minutes. If I'm doing a canapé party, they will be the first things I tend to serve.
Okay.
And then to put on top, I tend to put one little piece of chives.
I love that.
And there you go. Now, a tip when you're serving canapés, serve them in odd numbers. Don't serve them in even numbers. If they're odd numbers, you can't quite see if they're not all the same size. So it's much better. 3 look much better than 2, or 1 looks
such a great tip. Oh my gosh, Wendy.
So we've learned center height in a bowl, and
center
odd
height in a
numbers
bowl
on a platter.
And also the lemon. Wait, I have to circle back on the lemon thing. The lemon juice. You poke it with the skewers. You heat it in the microwave for 20 to 30 seconds. And then do you cut it after that, or do you just squeeze the lemon? Like you have to cut it.
It's so much easier. The juice is really easy to extract.
Okay. Wow. That's,
okay. So they are really yummy. So I've given you things to prepare ahead of time. That was my thinking. So you're not going to be spending your time in the kitchen. These guys I made yesterday. Put them in an airtight container. They'll keep for about 3 days. And then the sauce I actually made this afternoon, and it's still green because I put plenty of lime juice in, and that stops it getting brown. And that's all you need to do. Very simple.
Yeah, lime juice. Okay.
They look delicious. Okay, we are going to circle back to you for a video separately of you doing the lemon in the microwave, because I'm curious about this. It's going to be a whole separate mini episode. Wendy, let's see. We're going to tell everybody that your recipes are up on the website. Thank you so much, Wendy. Really appreciate it. Have a good evening. Okay, before we go on, we had a quiz that popped up. When do you decorate? When do you decorate, Alison?
Actually, I'm a late decorator. I wait until right before Christmas, I would say. Maybe it depends on when Christmas falls. If there's 2 weekends before, usually 2 weekends before Christmas.
What is wrong with you?
I
decorate the day after Thanksgiving. No, that Friday the tree goes up, Saturday the decorations.
But I'll tell you what.
And
the real question is, when do you take down your decorations? Because I have been known, you're gonna die. I have been known to take my decorations down on Christmas.
Wait, I'm sorry, from one year to the next?
No, everybody opens their gifts. Did everybody have a great Christmas? You know what? Let's just start pulling some stuff down.
What's wrong with you? I thought you were gonna say you were one of those people that kept it up until March.
25th, 26th, it's definitely gone by New Year's. I know. It's
okay. We need to unpack this later. What did everybody else say? Oh, late November. See, right after Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving wins, and then some people in December, right before Christmas. That's you,
that's
the 2
me.
days. That's Allison that answered that. Nicely done, everybody. Okay, well, I hope you are having as much fun as we are. If you have a cocktail, please share a drink with us, because we love our glasses. And because we're moving on to wine pairings. I'm super excited to welcome. I'm very excited about that. Always excited about one. To welcome Emma from TTG Wines. Emma?
Hi, thank you so much, Paige, and thank you for inviting me to join you tonight on the Feeder Live. I'm really excited to be here. So I'm just going to share with you some wine pairing ideas for festive and holiday meals. So I did a quick poll among some friends over what they have for starters, and I was hoping that there would be a clear winner. But there are actually quite a bit of variance in terms of what people go for starters. But before I move on to that, I just want to say I thought Wendy's canapés looked absolutely amazing and would be just fantastic with, you know, any type of bubbly. You know, the same way you have the sort of squeeze of lemon in the mint and honey with the sausages, and that acidity that she talked about in the asparagus. It's really lovely then to have a champagne or a dry prosecco that's also got a little bit of that acidity, and they would pair beautifully. So moving on to starters, the sort of 3 or 4 things that came out that were most popular were smoked salmon, oysters or prawn cocktails, and some people went for foie gras, which I thought was interesting. So I'll start with the smoked salmon. So with something oily, again, you need something with a little bit of acidity to cut through the fat and cleanse the palate. So really, a Chardonnay would work, you'll be pleased to know. But I think it's always really nice to start a holiday celebration with some bubbles. So you can go for champagne, which is obviously very popular here. So any champagne would work beautifully. But it's a very champagne, a brand driven market here with champagne. And one thing I would really encourage people to do is not to rule out Prosecco. There are some fantastic Proseccos that are available, obviously a slightly cheaper price point. And particularly if you go for something that's extra dry or that's brut, you'll find that's really refreshing and works beautifully with, you know, canapés or some sort of smoked salmon starter. So Prosecco hails from northern Italy, and there's many that you can try. And also, you know, beautiful bottles to make lovely gifts as well for your hosts. And it's always good to look for some of the more premium Proseccos, some of the DOCGs, which are the top quality Proseccos you can buy. So they would work beautifully, you know, with smoked salmon canapés, and also make nice sort of hostess gifts. So then to those of you that kind of opt for oysters or prawns, I always think then it's lovely to try and match that freshness that you get in shellfish. And I would go for a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. So one of Paige's favourites.
I know that label.
Well, I do like New Zealand.
So, you know, New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc is it's a great with a lot of natural acidity to it. I particularly like the organic style that comes out of Marlborough because it's just a little bit more elegant. So it's got all the typical, you know, characteristics of Sauvignon Blanc. It's green and grassy, it's got the tropical notes. But the organic style is not quite as big and bold as some of the more commercially produced wines. So Sauvignon Blanc is perfect with oysters and prawns. But if you're in that sort of category of going for something with a little bit more richness for your starter, so something like foie gras, you know, or something with beef or pâtés or terrines, you really need a wine then which has a little bit more richness. And I think given that we're all here over Christmas and not traveling, then it's really fun to try some more unusual grape varieties. So with something rich and fatty like a foie gras, I would recommend Pecorino, which is a really, it's actually a very well-known grape in Italy, but you seldom see it outside of Italy. But it's a lovely dry white wine with a really...
Say it again?
Pecorino.
Like
so
cheese?
It's
Cheese?
like cheese, yeah. So it's a grape and it's a cheese. And you know, and what you'll tend to find, any that you find here in Singapore will be really good quality because many winemakers ripped out Pecorino grapes in favor of more marketable grape varieties such as Chardonnay or Pinot Grigio. So it's really only those sort of boutique winemakers, you know, that know that Pecorino thrives in that part of the world that will continue to grow it. Yeah, so it's a lovely wine. As I said, it's got some floral notes and it's really nice and round in the palate. You know, I guess similar in the flavor spectrum to a Pinot Gris. So that's a really lovely wine, you know, with anything that you're having that's a bit rich. So even if you're having some, you know, lasagna or beef ragu, some of those Italian dishes with full of flavors in the lead up to holidays, it would be a really
Thanksgiving on American Thanksgiving on Thursday, and that's a big. I think that sounds like a perfect pairing for turkey and all the different things that you would eat. A very rich meal.
No.
So that sounds.
Yeah, when you do turkey, it's not just the turkey. There's so much going on with the accompaniments to the meal, that it's nice to have a wine that sort of matches, you know, in terms of the richness and the variety of the food. Yeah, so definitely something worth, you know, worth trying. It's good to explore something new. So talking about turkey, so for me, I absolutely love to have Pinot Noir. So maybe not a young Pinot Noir, maybe something with a little bit of bottle age. But what's really lovely about Pinot Noir is those sort of silky smooth tannins. So again, it can withstand, you know, all the accompaniments that you have with turkey, but works beautifully with white meat as well. You know, but if you stick with a hard and fast rule of white meat and white wine, then Chardonnay is always a great go-to wine. It's super food friendly and one of those wines that just works beautifully with anything.
Emma, you're really speaking my language. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No Chardonnay.
And what is this? What is the winery that you're showing that was Paige's Sauvignon Blanc too that she likes? Where is that? That label's so gorgeous.
This is from Marlborough in New Zealand, and the label is actually an adaptation of a stamp from 100 years ago.
You're drinking.
Oh, is that what I'm drinking right now?
Yes, she's drinking a Chardonnay, and she opened the bottle and was like, "This is." Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. It's a different one. Sorry, it's a different Chardonnay. Forget it.
No,
but it is one of yours.
It's one of yours, but it's not.
I think it's the same vineyard, but maybe it's. Are you drinking? Maybe it's the Nutcracker. But anyway, they make.
Yeah. Well, it's fantastic. It's whatever it is, I'm enjoying it. That's I love that.
Yeah, so it's nice.
Sorry. Okay, so we've totally derailed you. Let's go on to other mains because I'm curious about. You were talking like, what do you do with like a ham? We're a big ham family, so what would you serve with ham?
Well, ham has got a little bit more of a fat and sort of salty, you know, content to it. So I would go for a Syrah or a Cab Merlot blend. I think they're absolutely beautiful with hams. So typically Syrah has those kind of soft white pepper notes. But again, just works really well with, you know, anything with a degree that's a little bit salty and got a little bit of fat in it. Yeah, so yeah, Syrah would be lovely.
Nice. Okay, you've just picked my Christmas dinner wine. I'm super excited.
And again, you know, I have a friend that does goose, not turkey, every Christmas. And again, the Syrah would be fantastic with that because obviously the goose is really quite fatty. So you need a wine with the complexity that can, you know, deal with the oiliness and the fattiness of the meat. Or Barolo, which is made with the Nebbiolo grape, which is a little bit more of a premium wine, but that's also lovely to have with ham or with duck or goose.
Nice.
Yeah, with pudding, I would go for a late harvest Semillon. So the Semillon that's not late harvest tends to have that sort of green pepper, green capsicum kind of notes to it. But if you get a late harvest one, the fruit has really, really ripened. So in the late harvest Semillon, you get these beautiful honey aromas, and it's a really lovely sweetness on the palate. What I particularly like about that is that, you know, if you're going to drink a dessert wine, you don't want it to be so sweet that you take the first sip, it's so sweet you don't go back for another one. I think what's perfect about the late harvest Semillon dessert wines is that they're beautifully balanced. So they've got that gorgeous touch of sweetness, but without being too sickly. You know, for me, I would pass on dessert and just go straight for the dessert wine with the cheese board. Yeah, so yeah, definitely go.
Do both.
you do wine, cheese, dessert, and the after dinner drink.
Actually, yeah.
So actually, can you talk a little bit about just quickly, cheese pairings, because often in a cheese board, right, you've got a blue, you've got a brie, you've got something hard, maybe a mimolette. What kind of things could you do that would you just do a dessert wine if you're doing the cheese at the end of the meal? But what about at the beginning? Like if you're serving it as sort of the nibbles before the meal? Yeah.
Then I think again, a Chardonnay or a Prosecco or a Champagne would work beautifully. They've got those nice, the Champagne has that kind of savory biscuit note to it, whereas a Prosecco tends to be a little bit more green apple. But they both have enough acidity to work well with, cheese board at the beginning. And I think that's quite popular here. I realize lots of people go for platters at the beginning, so they may have cold cuts or cheeses. And then I think, again, bubbles are perfect for that. And you could always look for a sparkling rosé.
I love a sparkling rosé.
Yeah, you're adding something then with a little bit more structure to it and a little bit more complexity.
In the glass, so it's super festive when you do it.
Exactly. It's like the quintessential
it's just
bubbly.
It just feels fun to do bubbles for sure. So how should Paige and I settle our dispute of Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay? Is there someplace that we can meet in the middle? Because I just force my Chardonnay on everybody.
You are a little bossy. We call her Chardonnay Shay, and she owns it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's for real. But where can I meet in the middle with my friends who do not subscribe to my same flavor profile?
So I think the best place to go there is to go for an unoaked Chardonnay.
Okay.
So, you tend to find that that's often what puts people off, because there's quite a lot of really big and bold styles of Chardonnay. Yes. The style that you get from Margaret River, the style that you get from California is quite that big, bold. So if it's not your thing, it can be a little bit overwhelming and off-putting. So I do think the way to ease the Sauvignon Blanc or the ABCs, the anything but Chardonnays into Chardonnays, is to go for something that's not oaked. So then it would have been fermented in stainless steel tanks typically. Okay. Could have been done in cement, but it will then have the characteristics of Chardonnay, but without being overpowering. So you'll get something, a lot of people make decisions on things with their eyes. So, a lot of the Chardonnay, non-Chardonnay drinkers will see that really deep color and automatically be put off. So I think if you go for something that's unoaked, you've already removed that really, dark, kind of yellowy, honeyish color. So you've got a paler Chardonnay, so it's much softer in every aspect, on the nose and in the palates. So there's some lovely unoaked Chardonnays that are available. So I definitely go there.
Okay, thank you. So I just want to tell everybody that Emma is also offering a holiday discount to our theater viewers. It's 10% off all full-priced wines between now and New Year's Eve, December 31st. So,
and Emma, where can people find you? Where is TTG?
So we're online. So definitely go ahead and look at our website. Yeah. And we're also going to be offering some deals, as well over the next few weeks leading up to Christmas. So yeah, take a look. We're online. We don't have a physical store, but we do free delivery for 6 bottles.
So thank you.
Glad you're enjoying it. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? Before you go, we did not mention, and this is super important to me personally. Emma's wines are all organic or biodynamic.
Wow.
Correct?
Or sustainable.
Sustainable. Okay. Sustainable and mostly small family vineyards, which I love. I love the ethos that goes with it. So just wanted to make sure. I meant to say that at the beginning and I realized I didn't. So I love that. So thank you, Emma from TTG Wines, and we appreciate it. Cheers. Cheers.
So I guess, does this mean that next time I come over, I have to bring an oak Chardonnay?
I will drink it together. I still don't know if I can do it. I will try it, but I make no promises. Maybe we just do bubbles and meet in the middle that way.
I think that's a great idea. I could do that. I mean, I can always drink bubbles. But I do appreciate you providing.
I have a literal bottle that is marked for you, and only you.
I walked in and she literally was like, "And here's your bottle."
Not for me. So not happening for me. Okay, so
yes,
we're gonna talk books.
Oh, okay,
and then we're gonna do
some
style with
So I'm just so excited.
Sabrina.
Yeah, so I'm going to make this quick because Sabrina's far more exciting than this. But this is, I wanted to recommend at least one holiday book. And actually, this is a book that I read last year. And then my mother told me that her book club was reading it again, or was reading it this year. And I thought, oh my gosh, that was such a great book. And that would be a great book to recommend for this time of year. So maybe some of you guys have read it. It's called The Most Fun We Ever Had by Claire Lombardo. And it was a huge bestseller in 2019. And it's about, I think that this is coming across, my favorite topic is big dysfunctional family stories. So I don't know why. I mean, we can unpack that later. But anyway, it's this family, this husband and wife, and they're like crazy in love with each other, almost to the detriment of their children. They have 4 daughters. All of the daughters are a total mess. And every year they celebrate this thing called Second Thanksgiving, which was a tradition they started really early when they couldn't celebrate Thanksgiving with her father-in-law. So they kind of have this goofy tradition, and all the daughters complain about having to come for Second Thanksgiving. All this stuff happens. I mean, like one thing after the other, surprises, but just in the end, they all love each other, and it wraps up very nicely. It's a fantastic book. Highly recommend it. Available from your local library.
The most fun we ever had. Okay, and you are at book number.
I am at book number 149.
But yeah, you were going for 150.
I was going for 150 through the year. Yeah. So
what do you take December off, or you keep
will
going?
Not. I will beat my goal. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So maybe we're going to start a theater contest. We're going to pick the number Alison has to read for next year.
I mean, I don't know. Next year we're not going to have a global pandemic, though. Knock on wood. So I'm sorry. No, don't say that word. But next year I expect to get out more. Like, let me just put it that way. I hope so. So anyway, but yes, I recommend this book. And, happy reading.
Happy reading. What is your favorite holiday accessory?
Oh, accessory. Well, there's some, probably. Okay. Oh, here's my choices.
Your choices. Okay, Sabrina, we're going to come to you. So you want to flip your camera on. And okay. Alison is going to tell us her favorite holiday accessory.
I love all of these: jewelry, handbag, shoes, hat, hair, bling, mask. Okay, no, definitely not a mask. Hat, hair, no. My favorite accessory is my Dyson Airwrap. If anybody needs a gift for Christmas, it's fantastic. It's worth every penny. Yeah, I've been talking about. It's the greatest tool on earth. Anyway, I would have to say jewelry, handbag, or shoes.
You can't have 3. You can pick one.
Yes, I get started.
I am gonna just go.
Look how pretty you are.
Like the same grocery bag, handbag over and over. Okay. I'm terrible. I am rolling around in my Tiger sneakers, so I'm gonna go jewelry.
You have lovely jewelry on. So there. So
that can only go jewelry. So tell us what you all like.
Look at gorgeous Sabrina. She has every wonderful accessory.
We are gonna welcome Sabrina Sikora, who is a new feeder friend. I've literally just met Sabrina recently, and I'm so excited that she's now part of our feeder friend family. So welcome, Sabrina. Where are you? You're not at home.
I'm not home. No, I wish my home looked this good. Right now I have 2 little kids doing bedtime. I am at the Kona Coco showroom here in Tanglin.
Awesome. All right. So what can we do to make ourselves like blingy, gorgeous, and level up for the holidays?
Sabrina, how do I make myself look like you?
You have to grow 6 inches.
Shoot. Okay. Moving on. How do I get the headband?
So I was going to walk through the look that I have on. I also have 2 models with me to show you some other holidays, and that way you get a vast selection, whatever your style is. This look right here, all of the clothing is from Kona Coco as well as this bag, and I have just done a very simple gray number. This is separates, so it's actually a skirt and a top, and the skirt, you can actually pull it up and wear it as a dress. So if you want to wear it all day around with the kids with sandals and your big grocery bag, by all means go for it. And then come evening, shimmy it down, add your top, and then add a few sparkly accessories, and you've got your look for going out. Headbands are an easy way to up any style that you have. And so you can get these pretty much at every boutique right now, and you can go for something more simple, like this one from Bravo Collection, which is available at Badger and Fox, or you can go something like I have, which is totally over the top. Obviously the choice is yours. What I also love is these shoes. Can you see my shoes right now?
I love how you styled that with the blue shoes. Those are
Actually,
so cute.
I want you, can you take a shoe off and hold it up to the camera? Because it's a little far.
I don't want to get it back on. But I have a little, I can't believe I share this secret with you guys. This is one of my big shoe secrets right here, are these clips. So you can find clips at most kind of like high fashion or high street stores. Also is where I got these. And you take your pump that you wear all the time and it has a little clip on the back. You can also use on earrings. If you have a pair of old clip-on earrings that you don't wear, clip it right on the toe of your shoe and all of a sudden you are ready for going out.
Now you've made the Carrie Manolo shoe right now, which is what I love.
That's exactly what I've made this for.
Fantastic. This is, again,
can I bring up?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes, we're
All right,
ready.
let's set this bag down so I can get talking about her. Got the red earrings, the red
Sabrina,
dress.
we're having a little trouble hearing you.
How about I come closer and that way you
Yes,
can
you
see
come
me.
to the mic and leave your model there. Perfect.
So Amy has on our tonal look, which is the red earring, red dress, red shoe. And all of this is available right here in Singapore. The dress is from Kona Coco. The shoes are from Emblem. These shoes are incredibly comfortable. So you can really go all night in these.
Can you show us the heel?
Turn to the side so we can see the heel, please. Yeah. Oh, yes. Very comfortable. I can see that. Not for me. But if you look like her, for sure comfortable. So cute. Adorable.
Giant.
Tell me about this bag. I love this bag.
Oh, bag? Start with the bag? Sure. Come on over. So this bag and the ring are both available from House of Rajput here in Singapore. And it's lots of little sparkly beads. And then the ring is just massive. So you really don't need any other jewelry on.
So Sabrina, she's wearing what looks like just a cotton sundress that you have just completely blinged out. Is that correct?
It is, yes. So this dress would look just as at home with a pair of sandals and a big straw bag, big pair of sunglasses. You could wear it all day. And then when you're running around, you go, get the kids to bed and you have to be out the door very quickly. Add a great red lip and add a couple of fab accessories. And there you have it. You have this amazing look. Now I want to let you in on a little secret. So these earrings are massive, right? But a lot of people can't carry that weight. So Kona Coco stocks this label here. Now this just hangs over your ear. And so you get the look of a massive earring, but it's actually just hanging right on the top of your ear. And then you can just do a little stud on the other side. But if this is much, I know that's a bit much for some people. There are some local brands here in stock, some lower key, but still gorgeous pieces. And I brought you two here. This is new collection from Bohem here in Singapore. And these are, so they really have a lot of fire in them. And there's actually a matching choker with these. And they're also available as a one drop. So if you take these two off, small earring, which also makes an awesome gift.
Yes.
Those are really cute. Yeah. See, I worry about this. So your model, what's her name? Your model here?
Amy.
Hi, Amy. So Amy looks like she's more my height, right? Like 5'3", 5'4", in that little range. So, and she's, okay, is Amy 5'7" or 8"?
Amy is 6 feet tall.
So, okay, well, so Sabrina's 7 feet tall and Amy's 5'9".
I've got you covered.
Okay, because the earrings, like I'm really short, so I cannot carry it. Those are hanging to my elbow if I wear earrings like that.
Fair. Yes. Well, other local labels here in town like Bohem and Luster and Fervor all have some small, gorgeous options as well. I have a pair here from Luster, which I have loved. These are rubies. Let's see if you can see this. So it still gives you red color, and it has such amazing sparkle to them, but it's something a lot smaller that anybody can kind of carry off. And both of these brands.
Yeah, I do like this.
I can carry this.
Yeah, so pretty.
So can she just give us a little walk and swirl? I want to see the back of the dress.
That's adorable. Can you tell me again where that bag is from and if I can go buy it tomorrow?
This week, this is a brand new bag. It is available from House of Rajput here in Singapore. And they're also,
I don't know, I've never heard of this.
brand new. here. They source different designers from India and then sell them here in Singapore. And they're kind of known for their massive over-the-top jewelry pieces, which are absolutely stunning, but they're also at a very affordable price point. And they're launching these back.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I really sincerely hope, Dan Shay, that you are watching and you are seeing what I am saying about this first.
So we will get all the details from you, Sabrina, and make sure that we add them to our.
Yes. This is Darlene.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Okay, but what can you actually fit into that bag, right?
Fit a lipstick, a cell phone, and a $50 bill. What else do you need? That's what you need.
Also, a gorgeous lip gloss from a local brand. This is from Amplio. Her full face is done from Amplio, from their Jewels of India palette right here. And this is the palette. So you can look with this, and then you can out the bold tones for your night out look. And again, this is all, and this color is Sabrina Sparkle. So obviously,
nice.
I love it.
Lovely. Well, thank you. That's beautiful. Love the red and green look.
All right, thank you, Amy.
Thanks, Amy.
Right.
You look so adorable.
She is the founder of Amplio, so you get to see her right here.
Well, welcome. Ooh, what a pretty green.
I love what's happening. This is
I like
my
the
favorite
shoes.
color.
Those shoes are gorgeous.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
So we have a separate in this look, and so this one is actually a dress with shirt belted over the top. And what's great about this is if you've had a big night out partying, obviously, you just
Come on.
hide and wear that slip dress right to bed. It's totally fine.
Yes.
What I love about have the same green on green look. And what's interesting is that you guys know leopard's a neutral, right? Everybody's in agreement.
I do know that.
Since leopard's a neutral,
I didn't know that.
you didn't know. Oh, well,
I knew that. Sabrina, I knew that.
Sabrina, I'm walking around with a grocery bag. I don't know leopards are neutral.
A grocery bag that says it on there. It'll say leopard is a neutral.
We're gonna get her a leopard grocery bag. Okay, go on. So leopard's the neutral. I love it.
Yes. So since leopard's a neutral, it's okay to mix your prints. I find a lot of people don't feel like they can. This is a snakeskin python from Kona Coco, and it totally goes with the leopard. It's great. And since these are both dark tones and the dark green of the belt, I've done it with just a black shoe. That way it pulls the shirt, keeps the look very grounded.
Okay, I like that she's mixed those, because I did not know if you could do more than one animal print at a time. I mean, you don't want to go crazy, but I like what you've done here.
Can you do two things for me? One, can you come a little closer to the camera so we can see the purse and the belt?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I love that. Okay. And then that is gorgeous. And then the belt is a leather belt.
It's a green
leather. Is it wrap? Is it wrap?
Style. Yeah. So it starts in the front, wraps behind you, comes around.
Can you see the back? Can you?
Yeah.
Oh,
is that green? The belt is green.
Is the belt green?
It is green, yes. It's a deep, deep green that kind of mimics the tones of the black, but also pulls in all the greens together.
Where do we buy that? Tomorrow.
Here at Kona Coco.
Okay,
the jewels are from Luster. This is their new Atlas collection. And the earrings and ring both match. So you can get nice and close to the camera and show them that.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, those are beautiful.
I love that belt.
Okay, now I'm super. Oh, and the ring. Can you turn to the side? Can I see your sleeve?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, okay. I want that. I want that blouse.
And did you because you liked how you could just fall asleep in it.
I do. I could just fall asleep in it. I don't have to think too hard.
Definitely wear these all day. They are super comfy. So definitely put on your sandal, run around, and then at night, my trick is to get ready in 8 minutes. And that means a nice sleek bun to hide all the frizz of Singapore, and then a great pair of earrings, something bold on the lips, and then, keeping it simple. Like, you can do your tone on tone, you can mix your prints, but you're ready and you're out the door really quickly. Because I know that, everybody's busy nowadays. I think we're all kind of keeping ourselves extra busy to keep our mind off of 2020.
That's right.
And that way you can get out the door very quickly and look super glam doing it.
Adorable. And you both look amazing. And it looks like it travels well too. Like, not travel, but travels around Singapore. It doesn't look like it wrinkles or, it looks fantastic.
Comfortable. Yeah, it looks like it's comfortable fabric. I like that
It
it's separate so you can repurpose it
Yes.
too. I like the fact that I could wear that green blouse with a pair of white jeans,
Oh my gosh.
that
look
your
how
little
adorable.
blouse would work with
Yes.
a pair of like capris or something. Like, well, actually, I would not wear capris,
Okay.
but but you could wear. I just love the word capri. I don't know why, like 3 times.
Like a short khaki capri.
But I think it would be super cute.
Yes. You could do a lot here.
I think, you know, a lot of people now are shopping mindfully, they're shopping sustainably. And if you're buying something, be able to wear it 30 times now to kind of justify the purchase. So having a dress like this, even if you wanted to travel with this, whenever we can travel again, you can even throw a thick neck under this, or even a white button-up shirt and have it be very crisp and clean with a great boot, denim jacket over it would look amazing for traveling. Yeah. And then you can wear it out at night while you're there. So pack one dress.
Thank you, Sabrina. Really appreciate all the looks. I actually got a couple tips. So
oh my God, so many tips. Are you kidding me? I want to go buy all of that tomorrow. It's fantastic.
You are such a shopper.
Know,
that's a whole other thing.
It's a problem.
But thank you, ladies, for coming and joining us. Really appreciate it. It was nice to see you.
Thanks. You guys all look so good. Thank you.
Good night. So that's it.
That's it.
That's a wrap.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's that.
Thank you so much to the American Association for broadcasting us this evening. Thank you to all of our guests, to the models, to the guest helpers who were doing all the videotaping. Thank you to Allie and Madeline who were running tech for us tonight, and Allie for putting everything up in the chat. Please, before we go off, if anybody wants websites or discount codes, check the chat.
And thank you to you, Paige, for bringing I was going to say thank you to you for always providing me with excellent Chardonnay, and thank you for pulling everybody together. We appreciate it.
It's super fun. Thank you.
Right.
And we will see you in the new year.
Yes, that's right. And let's say good riddance to 2020. We'll see you in 2021, right?
Bye-bye
That's
2020.
Right.
Hello 2021. Cheers.
Good night.
Good night.